I wore the wrong dress to my sister's gender reveal on purpose after she announced the theme to everyone but me. So my sister Kayla is having her first baby, which is genuinely exciting. She and her husband Derek have been trying for 2 years and the whole family's been over the moon about it. I was happy for her. I genuinely was. The reveal was last Saturday at my parents' house. About 30 people, both sides of the family, Kayla's friends, some co-workers of Derek's. She'd spent weeks planning it. Pastel decorations everywhere, a big balloon arch in the backyard, one of those cakes where you cut into it and the color inside tells you what you're having. The theme was, wear pink if you think it's a girl, blue if you think it's a boy. Kayla announced this in a family group chat about 3 weeks before the party. I know she did because my mom texted me separately the next morning and said, "What color are you going to wear?" I said, "What do you mean?" She sent me a screenshot. I scrolled through the list of people in the chat. My mom, our Aunt Linda, our cousin Becca, Derek's whole family, Kayla's closest friends, her co-workers from the school where she teaches. Over 40 people, everyone I could think of, not me. I figured it had to be a mistake. I texted Kayla directly, "Hey mom showed me the theme for the party. Looks like I wasn't added to the group chat. Can you shoot me the details?" She left it on red for 2 days. Then she sent back one message. "It's fine, just wear whatever." I sat with that for a while. I want to give context here because I think it matters. Kayla and I are 4 years apart and we've never been especially close, but the last several years have been a specific pattern of her quietly leaving me out of things and then acting like I'm the difficult one for noticing. I wasn't invited to her engagement party. She told me it was a small dinner with close friends, and then my mom sent photos of our Aunt Linda and Becca at a restaurant I'd never been to, with Kayla and Derek and a whole table of people I recognized from her Instagram. I wasn't in her bridal party either, which I maybe could have lived with except Becca was in it, and Becca is our cousin. She's not even a close friend of Kayla's. Every single time I've brought something like this up, the answer is always some version of the same thing. I'm too sensitive. I'm making it about myself. I need to just let things go. So when I wasn't in that group chat, I already knew it wasn't an accident, and just wear whatever was the clearest confirmation she'd ever given me. So I wore whatever. I have this yellow dress I bought last spring. Deep, unmistakable yellow, not pastel, not soft, just fully yellow. I wore it with white sandals and small gold hoops, and I looked nice. I felt like myself, and I knew exactly what I was doing when I put it on. I got to my parents' house around 2 p.m. The party was already going when I walked into the backyard. Pink everywhere, blue everywhere. My Aunt Linda had on a pale blue blouse. Becca was in a pink sundress. I walked in wearing yellow, and I could feel people clocking it. That little pause, the glance, the mental calculation happening behind everyone's eyes. My mom spotted me from across the yard, and her face did something complicated. I smiled at her and kept walking. Kayla found me within 5 minutes. She came over fast, champagne flute in hand, with a kind of smile that doesn't quite reach the eyes. She looked me up and down and said, "You're not doing the theme." I said, "You told me to wear whatever. I meant pick a color. Pink or blue, that's the whole point." I wasn't in the group chat. She lowered her voice. "I forgot. I meant to add you. It was 3 weeks ago." She looked at me for a second and then said, "Can you not make today about you, please?" I almost laughed. I actually almost laughed. I kept my voice very level and said, "I drove here. I'm holding a gift I wrapped myself. I've been standing in your backyard for 5 minutes. I'm not making anything about me. I'm just wearing a dress." She said, "It looks like you did it on purpose." I said, "Kayla, you didn't include me." I still showed up. She stood there for a second, then turned around and went back to Derek and her friends. I stayed 2 more hours. I talked to my Aunt Linda. I ate the food. About an hour in, Becca came over, hugged me, then pulled back and looked at my dress and said, "Oh, you're not doing colors?" I told her I didn't get the group chat. She said, "Oh, weird," and moved on. That was the whole conversation. I watched them cut the cake, blue frosting inside. It's a boy, and I cheered with everyone else. My mom texted me that night, "You could have just worn pink." I texted back. She told me to wear whatever.